What's up, man? We're gonna talk about this Takashi 6ix9ine and this snitching culture that that's in the streets. I'm gonna let some people get in here, and then we're gonna talk about it. Let me send some links out, y'all, real quick. Let me send some links out. Hold on, and then we're gonna talk about it. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna send some links out, and then we're gonna get to this real quick. Send some links out here. See if people want to join the panel. Have a nice discussion on the whole street culture and the snitching and what people, what your opinion on someone snitching. I mean, I have my strong opinion on it, on what I think about it, but it's always good to get other people's opinions on it and see what they think about it. Send out some links real quick. Okay, hold on. Yeah, man, but the link is in the description. Let me see. I'm at a meeting right now. Let me see. Somebody said send a link. Who was that said send a link? Let me see. The link is in the description, man. We're gonna talk about this whole Takashi 6ix9ine. Let me see if I can get some more people on here real quick, y'all. Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna get it started, man. It's been about a year or so since Takashi 6ix9ine went through his whole ordeal. Getting caught up in the streets and dealing with the repercussions of what comes with the street life. I was never a person that hung out in the streets and did this or did that because I knew what came with that culture. But I was around people that hung around the streets, did this, went to jail. Some people lost their lives in the streets, and just is nothing comes good out of it, right? So when Takashi 6ix9ine got caught up in his ordeal, um, you know, uh, putting out on hits on different rappers, and he said he got a call for racketeering and just different things, right? With the guys that he was hanging around. He admitted that he wasn't a street guy at the start, but he brought street guys around him, and we know these rappers. Some of these rappers are street guys, and a lot of them are rappers that bring the street people around them to protect them or do things for them or certain, things of that nature, coming from the environment that they come from. And, he got, he said he was, taking care of a lot of guys, and they got into the mayhem out there in the streets, what guys do when they out in them streets. And, the shit hit the fan, and, police came down on him hard, the feds, whatever. It was the feds. So we know when the feds come after you, you know, that's just about curtains. And a lot of people are mad at Takashi 6ix9ine because he's so-called snitch. And this whole snitching thing, this whole culture of you don't snitch because it's a street code, right? A street code that hardly no one abide by. Now, let's just say it's 50-50. Let's just say it's 50% of people that snitch and it's 50% of people that don't snitch. They just take their time and go to jail, right? And then there's 50% of people that snitch. Where's the street code at? Because we seen the toughest organized gang in American history was known as Italian Mafia. A lot of those guys snitched. A lot of those guys turned, or what they say, turncoat. They were turncoats that snitched. And these guys are professional gangsters, right? And they snitched. Guys that was in gangsters for years and years and years and decades. So I don't understand. And I've seen interviews with different people that were in the mob, and they say right out hand, like that whole no snitching, that's not even a real thing. And I was seeing some interviews with Whack 100, and he was on a panel. And he was talking to these under young guys on the panel, and he said, well, I'm gonna say this: if you've never been up under those lights and the law is coming down on your back and telling you I'm gonna give you 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and if you haven't been under those lights and came and didn't tell, and either took the time or fought and didn't tell and bring nobody into the situation, you can't really say what you won't do if you're in that situation. Because none of us can say what we're gonna do. It's easy to say it when you're not facing that situation. You know, anybody can say from their basement or their room or their bedroom that, yeah, Takashi 6ix9ine, he's a snitch. Because it's all I hear is he's a snitch, he's a snitch, he's a snitch, right? I wouldn't snitch, but you've never been in that situation. You never been in that situation. Yeah, you can say you wouldn't snitch because you're not in that situation. And you may never be in that situation to say you snitched or not. But my whole thing about it is there's no honor among thieves. And what I mean by that is if y'all all out in them streets doing street stuff, you can't get mad or be surprised of what comes with the streets. If you get caught, if you and your guy rob a bank and y'all both get caught and you make a decision to take your time and not tell or give any information on your counterpart, but your counterpart in the next room decide, I'm not doing 20 years. They gave me an out right here. They told me if I tell on my accomplice, I won't go to jail. I get out of jail free card. So that's a personal decision. It comes down to a personal decision. I decided not to tell. I decided to tell. My partner decided not to tell. He can't get mad at me for telling because you doing street shit. My saying is this: if you're not in the streets, you don't have to worry about nobody snitching on you. You don't have to worry about, oh, we robbed the bank. I'm worried about if that guy snitching on me, or we beat this guy up real bad. I'm worried about the guy that I was with snitching on me, or we killed someone. I'm worried about the other person snitching. When you in that world, everything comes with it. Everything goes. If that guy decide I'm gonna take the get out of jail free card and he takes it, and you decide that you're gonna abide by these street rules because you want the streets to respect you, whoever these people are, because these people, you can't pluck an average man that's out in the streets doing his street stuff. You can't pluck him and say, hey, you want to do these 20 years for me? Because, I want to keep it real for the streets. If I'm Takashi 6ix9ine, I look at the years that you're going to give me, and I look at that get out of jail free card. I'm taking that get out of jail free card. I don't care about the streets or what the streets going to, like he said, are y'all going to feed his daughter, take care of his mother, take care of his brother, take care of his business? No. So he made a personal decision. If the guys that were with him say, I want to keep it real for the streets. Okay, y'all keep it real for the streets. So you're going to do 20, 30, 40, 50 years because you want to keep it real for the streets. And then people say, well, if you was out there doing it, you should pay the price. That's true. You should pay the price. But the feds gave Takashi 6ix9ine an out. So y'all expect him not to take the out. Y'all expect him to say, oh, okay, now don't give me that get out of jail free card. I'm going to do those 30 years. That makes no sense. And I'm not mad at the guy for a lot of these people, or everyone that has a opinion on it, whether we're calling him a snitch. Y'all act like he snitched on y'all. The only ones that should be mad about him snitching, and then they shouldn't really be mad because you out here doing street stuff. But nevertheless, the only ones that have a right to be mad at are the people that he snitched on, not the average man that's walking around in the streets. What are y'all mad about? When I see him, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so when you see 6ix9ine, Takashi 6ix9ine, you say you're gonna do something to him. Why don't you do something to everybody that did something that did something to someone else and didn't do nothing to you? Why don't you go take care of them too? You see how that doesn't make sense? It doesn't make sense for you to be all up in the uproar over this man Takashi 6ix9ine for doing something that was that was his personal decision that he felt was right for him. So let me get this. Y'all are angry because he so-called snitched on some illusional street code that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Anyway, so y'all want him to abide by that so it can make y'all feel good about what he did. So y'all want him to do 20 years so he can feel good about keeping it real for the streets. It doesn't make any sense. And I was on I was listening to a panel they got called the Clubhouse, and it's a panel where you can come on there, you can ask guest questions, and Takashi 6ix9ine happened to be on this platform, and there's a lot of guys on there just that had some crazy animosity towards this guy, and he didn't do nothing to them or none of their family members. A lot of guys on there tomorrow, man, when I see you, I'm gonna beat you up. Why don't you come to New York? Why don't you come to Atlanta? Why don't you come here? Why don't you come to LA so I can beat you up? Beat him up for what? That man did nothing to you personally. Why? Because he snitched on someone who you don't know, someone you never hung with, someone you probably never seen in person. So you, what's up? What's up? What's up, Hyperlow Typing Zone? So you want to beat him up over that? We have a culture of people saying keep it real. The only person you should keep it real is to yourself. You trying to keep it real for the average man that doesn't, the average person, does it say woman or man, the average person that doesn't have any influence on your life. So you want to keep it real for those people instead of keeping it real to yourself. Because let me tell you something that comes with being out in the streets. There's no honor among thieves. Anything goes. If you in the streets, you can get murdered. You can go to jail. You can get robbed. You can get snitched on, so-called snitched on, which is an illusion, because the top mob bosses, the people that we glorified back in the day, the mob, a lot of those guys snitched. They snitched. They took a mortar, and they snitched. You know what I'm saying? They had a code. They had a strong, so-called strong code until the FBI started coming down with those racketeering laws. It was giving them guys, I mean, they were facing 20, 30, 40, 50 years. What did they do? And these are guys that are known killers, most of them. Been in the mob their whole life. Grandfather was in the mob. Father was in the mob. Great-grandfather probably was in the mob. And these guys cracked. What do you think the regular, ordinary person going to do that's out there doing little street crimes? They're going to crack too. Most of them are going to crack. Now, you may have some of them that say, just give me the years, put me up, because I'm not going to tell on my partner. Okay, that's a personal choice. Again, a personal choice. You can't get mad if the guy in the other room, the FBI go to him and say, well, if they offer you, you know, a way out and you say no, but they go offer your partner a way out and he say yes, you can't get mad because you had the opportunity to get out of jail free card, just like your partner is about to make the decision for him. If he say, boom, I'm gonna tell y'all everything, why you have a right to get mad? It's beyond me. Because remember, when you out in them streets, this stuff comes with the territory. If you're not out in the streets, guess what? You don't have to worry about it. When you want to have a life of crime, and we know a life of crime has severe consequences. One way or the other, it has severe. If you want to be a career criminal, it's going to have some severe consequences one way or another. Either you're going to be dead or in jail. That's all that comes with it being a career criminal out in the streets. It's dead or in jail. Period. And Takashi 6ix9ine said, I ain't finna do that time. And he said, so why should I, which is true, which I was with him on this, why should he abide by a street code that hardly no one abide by? And he said he was loyal to his guys. He was giving them money for their kids for college, giving them money for their kids for Christmas and holidays and stuff like that, taking care of those guys who was with him to the fullest. And they turned on him and they was disloyal to him. So he's like, hey, look, once you disloyal to me, I'm not going to be loyal to you. So, and then it was this delusional dude on the panel. You can tell that he was not all there in the head. He explained to that guy like that, and that guy still said, well, you shouldn't have did them like that. So hold on. Somebody do you wrong, you shouldn't then in return, you should still be loyal to them to the end, even though they did you wrong. Someone that you took care of and did all this stuff for, you supposed to be 100% loyal to them. That's not how it works. And plus, those guys knew Takashi 6ix9ine wasn't a real quote unquote street guy. So you want a guy that's not really a street guy to abide by this delusional street code by not snitching. You know what I'm saying? So how can you follow up behind a guy that's not really a street guy and y'all get in a jam and you expect him to go by the same delusional street code that you abide by? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I said there's no honor among thieves, man. If y'all out there doing street stuff, this is what comes with it. Jail. When I was growing up, my uncles used to tell me, because I used to have some uncles that was in and out of jail, right? They used to tell me, you don't want to do this and do that and do this like me and end up in jail. We understood coming up that, at least my generation understood. I'm 45. My generation understood if you do street stuff, two things comes with street stuff: jail or dead. And now everybody so surprised when people out here doing street stuff and they end up dead or in jail. I don't understand. I mean, for the life of me, I'm trying to understand what y'all think this is a game. Y'all think being out in the streets and doing street stuff is a game? No, it's not a game. This is not PlayStation. So, I mean, Xbox, this is real life stuff. And real life things happen. Real life consequences happen. We have rules and regulations and laws for a reason. For a reason. You look, as a human being, you can do what you want to do. You don't decide on the punishment for what you do when you go against the law or you break the law. You don't decide the punishment. That's up to someone else to decide your fate. So once you break the law, it's your consequences are not in your hands. What you're doing is in your hands, but the consequences for what you're doing, you don't have no say over that. And how it ends up for you is how it ends up for you. Somebody can snitch on you. Somebody can kill you. It comes with the territory. It's not fun and games out here. So, you know, I didn't have no, I didn't see why everybody was such in a uproar about Takashi 6ix9ine so-called snitching. I don't see. As soon as everything happened, I was like, okay, yeah, that's normal. They offered, we didn't see movies where we didn't see a group of guys get caught. Maybe it's three, four, 5 guys get caught. The police put them in a room and they interrogate everybody. Right. At first, nobody's breaking. Right. Nobody's breaking. Everybody want to be tough. Right. And then when the police say, well, you know, you can get 30 years for this, you know, then some people start showing little cracks in the armor. And then it's that one or two people that are ready to talk. And they say, well, I'll talk if you give me short time or you give me virtually no time. And then they start talking. They start spilling the beans. We seen this. This is nothing new. The only reason why Takashi 6ix9ine got the treatment that he got because he was a rapper. He was a celebrity rapper. And he even said that most of these rappers that rap about what they doing, they're not really doing it. I mean, I knew that. You know what I'm saying? I knew that. Now, did I know when I first started listening to rap, did I know that for sure? No. But as the years went on, you find out little things. You know that people are, y'all say capping nowadays. Y'all kids say capping, right? We used to say back in the day perpetrating. And perpetrating mean that you're faking. It's not real. What you're doing is not real. It's a facade. And we knew it was a facade. But these rappers get this I don't know, they get instant credibility because they're a rapper and they saying stuff in they raps that people say, oh man, that guy really doing that. Some of them are, most of them not. Most of them is just to sell records, man. And people think that they are really doing it. They really thought Takashi 6ix9ine was a career criminal or a career street guy. No, he was a guy that started rapping, wanted some credibility, so he put street people around him. This was a lot of rappers do this. They put street guys around them. The street guys do the street stuff because they from the streets. They gonna do street stuff. The rapper pay them and give them money, and for that they protect them, right, at all costs. A lot of them ready to die for him because he's the money man. That's what happened to King Von in Atlanta. He got shot, got killed doing street stuff. And you know, no, you don't wish death on no one, but when you're doing street stuff, that's what comes with it. That's one of the things. That's the severe thing that comes with it. The other thing is jail, but the severe thing is you can lose your life. And he lost his life on some street stuff. And you know, people surprised that he lost his life doing street stuff, which that's what comes with it. Takashi 6ix9ine went down and was about to face, he said 20 years or something like that, because he was involved and he virtually was a leader of his little clique. And they, like he said, they were shooting people, putting out hits on different rappers and racketeering, all this stuff. And I didn't feel sorry for the man because he got caught up in that situation because he created that situation. But in turn, I didn't get mad because he so-called snitched, because I know what comes with the territory. And like I said earlier, for the people that say, oh, he snitched, have you ever had an indictment come down on you and somebody said they're gonna give you 20, 30 years? If not, I know I never faced that. So I can't say whether I would have snitched or not. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna do no 20 or 30 years if I gotta get out of jail free card. So you already know where I'm coming from. Because if I'm out in, I I don't see how's there even any street codes and everybody out there breaking the law. How do you make a code and everyone is out there breaking the law? Everybody out there breaking the law, but it's a code. Come on, man. That's an illusion, you know. Um, your partner can say, "Hey, man, if we get caught, let's not trick." And then as soon as y'all get in the interrogation room, your partner is the one that's tricking, and now he tricked on you. You holding the fork because y'all agreed not to snitch on each other. You're holding the fork. He in there spilling the beans. He gets either reduced time or no time for his testimony against you. Now you looking stupid because you thought it was a street code. You see how that goes? The first one that spilled the beans get the better of the deal. Period, point blank. The first one is willing to out everybody out. He's going to get the best deal. Takashi 6ix9ine got the best deal. Everybody else, the other guys, they held the fort. They said, "Hey, I'm not going to trick. I'm not going to say anything." What's up, Phil? Hey, y'all, get on up in here, man, and let me know what y'all think about this Takashi 6ix9ine and the whole snitching thing, because I just think it's an illusion. I don't think when you out in the streets, there's no honor among thieves. When you out in the streets, we know what comes with it. We know jail and death comes with being out there and being a career street thug, street criminal, whatever you want to call it. We all know what comes with it. And like I said, I'm 45 years old, and I had uncles come in and out of jail, and they used to tell me, if you're going to be out in them streets, this what comes with it: jail or death. That's it. And look, I was always taught, if you're going to do something, do it by yourself anyway, because the only person know is you. If you do a criminal act with someone else other than yourself, it's a great chance they're going to out you. Like I said, let me say it again. If you do a criminal act with anyone else besides yourself, there's a great chance they are going to snitch on you. Period. Because when that time started coming down, it can break the toughest man. It can break the toughest man. Don't nobody want to do, oh, look, hey, if you hold the street code, why don't you hold this street code and do 30 years? Or you can get this get out of jail free card. And then somebody gonna say, well, look, man, I'm gonna hold the street code. Just give me the 30 years. Some people have done that. Some people will do it. Most people, they're gonna take that get out of jail free card. They're gonna say, listen, what do you want to know? And when you out in those streets and you part of that, that comes with it. And from my experience, most people, they spill the beans. From the people I've been around and people I know, mostly, I grew up in Chicago, right? People, we know that one or two or three people, was involved in like a shooting or something, and somebody got shot. Maybe somebody got killed. Maybe somebody got badly wounded, right? 3 people go to jail, but 1 person don't go to jail. We know that person tricked on them, right? So I never got mad over that. That's what comes with it. Like I said earlier, if you're not a career criminal, you don't have to worry about that. But if you decide to dive in that deep, dark world of criminalization and being a criminal, you can dig yourself a deep hole, either to jail or 6 feet under. So, man, Takashi 6ix9ine, and he said that he don't have security no more, right? He said he said he's been in LA, he's been in Florida, he's been in Atlanta, he said he's been in New York, he's been in Chicago, he's been all over without security of late. And he said most people just want to take a picture with him, because most people are just talking, man. In this new society, because of this the outlet of social media, Most people are just talking. And when he was inside that clubhouse and you hear these people saying, man, I'm going to beat you up, Takashi 6ix9ine, when I see you. For what? For what? Did he put you away? Did this man put you away? So you want to beat him up for putting away someone else, which you had nothing to do with. So is that what we're going to start doing? We're going to start just going out and beating people up and killing people, or handling people the way we want to handle them because they did somebody else wrong. Boy, he had a lot of dudes in there in their feelings, man. It was wild, man. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how this man, who you don't know and never met and never had a personal relationship with, was that much in your head, had you that much into your emotions. I mean, genuinely mad about him so-called snitching, which I told you that's an illusion anyway. If the mob guys that are so tough, pulled them in so tough, so on their stuff, and the toughest guys, toughest, gang, or, they say mob ever in American history, and a lot of those guys snitched, that should have told you right there that the snitching thing is, and that's the problem in a lot of urban communities, right? The whole, you don't tell the police when something happened. That is the best weapon a civilian, so-called, people call them civilian has, is to dial 911 when something happens. We probably would have had better neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying, in the so-called ghetto, if a lot of us would have just dialed 911 and get all the criminality, most of the criminality, out of the neighborhood. Because even the street people, they were expecting the civilians to go by the street code, and the civilians had nothing to do with being in the streets. So it even trickled down to the people that was not even part of the streets, because I've seen it plenty of times, and people see things and they like, and the police come up and ask questions. I ain't telling you nothing. Now, largely is that because you have to live in the neighborhood, and you worried about repercussions, right? But if before it got to the point to where it got to, if people just would start dialing 911, you seeing in neighborhoods that are clean and thriving, and people houses looking good and lawns looking good, those people call the police. They ain't playing. They ain't by what street code. They calling the police, man. You know what I'm saying? And if a lot of us in like I said, the urban communities, if we would have called the police, would have been better off than by some street code. Is only protecting the street people to continue doing what they doing. And Takashi 6ix9ine just changed a lot. He just brought to the forefront what really was an illusion anyway. The whole snitching thing, because a lot of people snitching, man. A lot of people. How do y'all think the FBI and just the regular police, how you think they catch a lot of people? You think they go out here willy-nilly and solve all these crimes? No. A lot of people, like some people, yeah, they do get some information from the civilians, and they get a lot of information from the people within, from the criminals telling on other criminals. They make criminals informants. They don't make a regular civilian an informant. They make criminals informants, because the old saying is, you need a wolf to catch a wolf. So you need someone in that criminal world to be an informant, to go into that world and catch another criminal. They use criminals to be informants because they know the criminals understand how to move, how to navigate. So that should tell you right there, man, there ain't no such thing as no snitch rule. All that is going to give you. Now, like I said, I have no sympathy for no one that's a criminal, and now you're in a position where you have to snitch. I don't have no sympathy for you, because that's you. You put yourself in that situation. You know the repercussions, or you should know the repercussions. You should know what comes with being a criminal. All you do is look around you. So yeah, I don't have no sympathy for Takashi 6ix9ine because he put himself in that position. But I understand where he coming from when he say, "Why should I have to snitch and I got to get out of jail free card?" I understand that. I really do. Just really understand it. So, man, let me know what y'all think, man. I think it's a bunch of baloney. I just think I think it's BS, man. Um, what somebody gonna end up going to jail for trying to or attempting or maybe successful in killing 6ix9ine for what? Because he snitched on who? I'm just saying, man. He snitched on who? I know. Then people want to y'all. He's not the only rapper that so-called snitch, and like he said, people want to pick and choose on who they want to go after and not go after. You know what I'm saying? I heard Jim Jones was part of this investigation. I heard that he was on the wiretap. Why y'all not getting on him? It's other people. Why y'all not get on these other rappers who y'all say y'all have paperwork on and they snitched? Because why? They your favorite rapper, or they really popular and you like them? It's just it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of ridiculousness going around. But that's my thoughts on that, man. I'm out. If anybody wanted to come in and say their piece, y'all can come in and say y'all piece before I close it down. I had messaged a couple people. They said they was going to come on, but I sent them the link. They didn't come. So I'm about to close it down, man. I'm going to do another live, probably in another 20 minutes or so, about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder reportedly said that he may hang it up. I'm out.